This is a API call similar to the single dialog, but this one is the bulk call. So here you would trigger calls to multiple contacts, but you would still start with a similar structure that is not involving the contact information. So here, for example, you would still use the same API key, same initial statement, an online search, and the list of questions. So here's where you would have a webhook URL, and this will trigger every time a dialog in the list is completed. So when the call ends, this webhook will be triggered. Once all the dialogues in this bulk call are complete, then the bulk URL will trigger. And in this scenario, I'm parsing the response, and then I can see here and I'm checking to see if the response was successful or unsuccessful. So I will here I have the API variables like the API key, and I'm only providing one contact, but this will be for each contact you'll provide the phone number, email, first name, and last name. And since this is a bulk call, but even though it's just one contact, what I'll do is I'll run the single dialog webhook as well as the bulk webhook. So I'll turn these both on. There's no dialog running yet, and now I will start the dialog, or I will trigger the API. Now I have a dialog running in Surmount. Phone's ringing, but I'll stop the call here. And then I'll have a response for the single dialog here, and as well as a response from the bulk dialog. So here I have the ID for the bulk dialog. And once I have this, I can run another API to check the status. So here I have the output, and it gives me back the bulk ID and then the individual dialogues. Here I have the individual ID here, the status was complete, and the questions that were asked, as well as the answer, which it did not provide. So in this case, these are blank.